You've seen him as a transporter, a mechanic, a spy, and a beekeeper. Now, Jason Statham as you've never seen him before.
Boss, we've got a real mess on our hands.
My God, there is only one man for this job.
You don't mean?
Get me.
John Flush, at your service. You're in luck.
After his life goes down the drain.
Ma, look out!
John!
John Flush is out for revenge.
Where's Tankard, the man who killed your wife?
Oi, he's about to have a bidet. A very bidet.
He's plunging into new depths.
You play by your own stools, Flush, but damn it, are you unclogging this town?
We gotta leave now if we're gonna snake out Tankard.
Boy, me, I just gotta hit the head.
And not taking shit from anyone.
Flush, are you insane?
You're pissing me off.
Shake it once, you're fine.
I want John Flush wiped clean.
Shake it twice, you're okay.
Urethra, I've got a nugget of a plan.
Say, I'm no whiz, but I wouldn't mess with him when he's showing his business.
Shake it 3 times, you're playing with the wrong bloke.
Aren't you glad to see me, Flush?
Have a seat, take it.
Ooh, a throne fit for a king.
You're no king. You're just a deuce. A fat.
Like toilet paper, he's on a roll.
You're full of crap, Flush.
And like hair stuck in a sink, you're caught in my trap.
Come on, Flush, we had a deal.
Our deal is anal and boy, Tankard. Poop. There it is.
No!
Somebody light a match.
Jason Statham is the Poopy Plumber.
Sorry, pal. This store's out of order.
There's no restroom for the wicked. Now playing a bathroom near you.
Hey there, listener, and welcome to another episode of Variety Things, the sketch comedy podcast that we do once in a while. We've got some brand new sketches for you, as well as a new musical guest and interview with said guest. So stick around, hang tight. Sorry, guys, I'm just a little off my game. I'm doing this from the woods. I don't know where I am. I'm a little lost. Matt told me to meet him out here. Oh, here he comes. Maybe he can tell me. Matt, is that you?
Austin!
What are we doing here?
Getting revenge, and rich venge. Check out this old-ass, dusty-ass map I found at my grandpa's house.
What? Come on. What the hell is this?
Just follow me if you want to be richer than Vinny Chase after he did James Cameron's Aquaman.
No, stop. Where are you taking me? And what's this about revenge? Are you still pissed because I said wrestling was fake?
No! Well, yeah, but I'll never forgive you for that. Growing up, my godforsaken gangrenous grandpa wouldn't shut his toothless trap about some lame-o wishing well that was on his land that he stashed all his cash in.
Hang on, gangrenous? Isn't your grandpa a vet? You should show him some more respect.
He suckered you too, huh? He says that shit all the time, but he's more full than his colostomy bag. He was a veterinarian.
Oh, that's dirty.
And it's time he got what's coming to him. Since his surprisingly healthy carcass isn't keeling over anytime soon, he won't need his secret stash of coin for a retirement home anymore. Let's go.
All right, fine. I didn't realize you hated your grandpa so much. When did this start?
Oh, it was the summer of 2005. Batman Begins had just come out and changed the landscape of superhero movies, and I'd seen something that I always wanted, a bomb-ass Batman.
Oh, it's a soliloquy, okay.
I was broke, ready to enter my senior year of high school and needed money fast, so I fell back on one of my many money makers. Karaoke. I'm a star and you know it. Anyway, I found a karaoke competition that had a cash prize. Not big enough for a full B-mobile, mind you, but it was a start. Anyway, I had it all planned out. My song, my performance, everything.
What song did you go with?
Tiny Dancer.
Seriously? Tiny Dancer? That was your slam dunk?
It was a body slam dunk, but it had a twist. Me and my comedic genius came up with a perfect pun to incorporate into the song. Okay, so instead of singing Hold Me Closer, Tiny Dancer, I was gonna sing Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza.
Dude, that's funny.
Yeah, right? Mm-hmm. The only person around to take me to the competition was my grandpa. So on the drive over, I told him all about it, and he loved it. Huge Tony Danza fan.
I'm losing interest.
Just wait. So I got there, and I was so nervous I drank a ton of Coke Zero. It was almost my turn, and I didn't want to peep myself off crooning, so I told Grandpa to come get me when they called my name, but he didn't.
No.
Old Mothballs got up there and sang my song, did my bit, and he fucking crushed it. The effing snake won the grand prize.
What a goddamn criminal.
I haven't done karaoke since.
What? Justice needs to be served. I'm in. I didn't realize your grandpa was such a Carlos Mencia.
It's no wonder my perfect grandmother left his sorry ass.
Didn't your grandma die?
Yeah, to get away from that bastard.
Matt, that's terrible.
He's terrible, but that is beautiful.
Is that it?
Oh, see? I told you it's real. Now let's get this rope on you and get you down there.
Me? Why don't you go? It's your plan.
Yeah, and I planned on you going down there.
Walked right into that one. All right, tie me up.
I love it when you talk dirty.
Never mind, I'll do it. There, done. All right, wish me luck.
How you doing?
I'm like 5 feet from your face. Give me a minute.
I'm just inside it.
Yeah, I can tell. It stinks.
Like butts or like basement?
Closer to basements, I guess.
Hey, that's good at least. I imagine if the well smelled like butts.
Yeah, that wouldn't be great. Whoa. Matt?
Austin! Austin, are you alright?
Good evening and welcome to what is sure to be another breathtakingly romantic season of The Bachelor. I'm Jessie Palmer and I'm here with this year's Bachelor, Keith Anderson. Keith, why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
Hey, Jessie. Well, I'm just a normal fella. I'm a middle school vice principal from Raleigh, North Carolina, and I love my job.
That's beautiful. So Keith, tell me, what have your past relationships been like?
Well, if I'm going to be honest, they haven't been great.
I'm sure they haven't been all that bad.
Maybe. I just haven't been able to keep our relationship for more than a few weeks. Some woman told me that I come on too strong, but I think I'm just a man who knows what I want.
And what do you want?
Well, as a vice principal, I haven't had much time for dating or relationships. The kids are my life, and I feel like I've let a lot of really great relationships slip away. I want a partner who has the same goals as me, to find love and hold on tight.
Well, I know you're going to find love with one of our incredible women. Are you excited?
Oh, big time. Excited and nervous.
You're gonna do great. Let's meet our first contestant.
Hi, I'm Paula.
Wow, you're beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I'm a dental hygienist from New Jersey.
That's so interesting. Great. Jessie, she'll do.
What?
I'll marry Paula.
Don't you want to get to know me?
Yeah, you should probably meet some of the other women and go on dates.
Okay.
Paula, why don't you go inside and settle in?
Sure, why not?
Really, really nice meeting you.
Send in the next contestant.
I'm Brittany.
Let's get married.
What?
Yep. You and me, Tiffany.
It's Brittany.
Great. Someone get me an engagement ring. Jessie, where are the rings?
We don't have any rings right now. The ring is for when you propose after eliminating the rest of the contestants.
Oh, okay.
Let's try this again. Here comes...
I love you. Let's get married.
What?
Keith, I think this might be the coming on too strong you mentioned earlier.
Really?
Maybe just a little. Just take a deep breath.
Okay. Right now, let's get married. Let's have a big family that travels the country playing folk music at Renaissance fairs. We won't make much, but we won't need much. Just a van, some instruments, and a dream. Sure, Brian, Eric, James, Connor, Dusty, Garrett, Trey, Winston, Marty, Evan, Kevin, Devin, and Lil Brittany will be a handful.
Brittany?
Brittany was the last one.
Oh, sure, sorry. Brian, Eric, James, Connor, Dusty, Garrett, Trey, Winston, Marty, Evan, Kevin, Devin, and you.
Tanya.
Lil Tanya will be a handful, but we'll have a life full of love and adventure. What do you say, Talia?
Tanya.
Beautiful name. Will you marry me?
Tanya, please go inside. But, hey man, have you ever seen the show?
What, The Bachelor?
Yeah.
Nah, is it new?
No, it's been on for over 20 years.
Wow, I must have missed it. Who is that?
Who?
Standing over there.
Behind the camera?
Yeah.
Holding the boom mic?
Yeah.
It's the audio person, Carly.
Neat, put her on the list.
List, she's not a contestant.
No, the list of my wives.
Wives?
Yeah, I don't like choosing, and I don't want to let anyone down, so I can just marry them all. No biggie. This way, if one of them wants to divorce me or gets lost at sea or space, I'm not SOL. Would really suck to come on this way, meet a ton of women, and choose one that turns out to be an absolute grade A buster.
Yeah, that won't work.
Well, I've got a pretty big house, and you'd be surprised how much a vice principal makes.
That's not what it's about.
$75,000
Okay.
a year.
It has nothing to do with the amount of space or how much money you make. It's just not legal.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
In some cultures, it's actually like celebrated.
Oh, yeah? What cultures?
The Solomon Island. Oh no, it looks like they don't do that anymore. I mean, Gavin.
And is that your culture? Are you Gavin?
I am now. That is, if you let me marry a lot of them.
A lot of them?
Yeah, the last 3 I've seen have been total knockouts. Heck, the audio lady too. I'll just take the rest of them sight unseen. You can even sneak in a couple dumpers. Dude, I won't even care.
That's not how the show
Dude,
works.
I'm doing you a favor. I told you I'll even take dumpers, and not just bad-looking ones, boring ones too. Even downright mean ones. I truly don't care. Game over. I win. We all win. What do you say, ladies?
Nobody is going to take you up
do
on
it.
this.
Sure, I'm
Easier than
down.
sitting
As
around
long as
with
he's
her
got
right?
his hate
In
competitions.
a hot air balloon?
I'm down to call my husband.
That could actually be fun.
Carly, you've got a job to...
Hey, you don't talk to my fiance like that, Jessie. All right, that's a wrap on this blockbuster season of The Bachelor. I've been Keith Anderson, and I'm the luckiest man alive. You ladies want to see what a vice principal's salary in North Carolina gets you?
Yeah,
Whatever
let's
you
do
want.
it.
I hear he
Yeah.
makes $75,000.
Let's go!
Hey,
What?
what about me? Can I marry you too?
Oh, hell yeah! Everybody in the limo, party and rally!
Okay, you're all set to board first. And might I say that is a very cute baby?
Goo.
Thanks. Joe, keep it down.
It's all good, Andy. I'm just playing the part. See? Look, I got a binky.
Where the hell did you get a pacifier?
Found it in the bathroom.
Oh, gee, spit that out.
Where?
Is everything okay, sir?
Yeah, he just gets scared when he flies.
Do not.
Aw, sounds like he's talking.
Nope, no talking here. Not from a baby, right? See? No real words, just babbling.
All right. See you soon, little one.
We are definitely going to get caught.
No way, we're fine. We've made it this far and nobody's noticed, all right? Everything's gonna work out.
Those people are staring at us.
1 second. Boom, boom, gaga.
Aw, what an adorable baby.
I just don't know how much longer I can keep this up. You're, like, really heavy.
I'm not. I just lost 11 pounds for this gambit.
No, I know, and you look good, but, like, you're still pushing 2 bills.
$1.95, man.
I'm, like, 30 pounds lighter than that. I don't get why we didn't swap.
Because I let you work the senior citizen angle for the early bird special at Denny's.
Yeah, but you didn't carry me around at Denny's.
Hey, look down here. Look at me. What did I tell you?
Be cool and have confidence.
Be cool and have confidence. That's right. Are you cool?
I'm cool.
Are you confident?
I'm confident.
Great. See? We're almost up. Hey, go, gaga, Gucci, baby stuff.
Aw, he's trying to speak. Goo goo to you too.
Oh, man. I have an itch. Can you,
What?
scratch my philtrum?
What's that? The little talent that keeps your junk together? Sure, I got you.
No. It's the space between my nose and my lips.
You got it. Like this?
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Oh,
See? I got you, Andy.
thanks.
Yeah, attaboy. One more time. Okay, what is the story?
I'm a single father.
Recently divorced.
Single, recently divorced father, heading to Cleveland for a long weekend. And once we get there, I'm renting a car.
A Chrysler Sebring.
A Chrysler Sebring or something similar. I'm not picky.
Good.
And driving to Sandusky, Ohio to get to Cedar Point, the roller coaster capital of America.
The roller coaster capital of the world.
Of the world.
With?
With my baby Lyle.
Lyle?
Lyle Abernathy Henderson.
Who is?
23 months old.
Because?
On most major airlines, children under 2 can fly for free.
Ah, yes, nailed it. We're gonna fleece these suckers for a cool $375, and that's before we make it to Cedar Point, the roller coaster capital of the world.
I just think they're gonna see through all these lies.
That's the thing. If you were lying, why can you provide so many details?
I guess you're right.
I'm always right. Dada.
Knock it off. I told you that's creepy.
Hey, I'm just getting into character, man.
Just be cool. We're almost up.
There he is. Welcome aboard, sirs.
Hey there, toots. Goo goo, gaga, gigi, right? Whatnot. Baby coming through.
Oh, he is so precious. I have to ask, what's his name?
His name is Lyle Abernathy Henderson. We're renting a car, Chrysler Sebring or something similar. Well, I'm renting a car. He's a 23-month-old baby, which means he can fly for free. And then we're going to Cedar Point, the roller coaster capital of the world, where children under 2 can also get in for free. Also, I'm recently divorced. Sad, too.
Please take your seats.
Just one seat. Lyle Abernathy Henderson can sit comfortably on my lap, being that he's a 23-month-old baby of mine.
Uh-huh. Yep. Then take your seat. Bye-bye, Lyle.
That's Lyle Abernathy Henderson to you, doll. Google.
Will do.
Hey, and if you get on board, maybe you can swing by our seat and check my diaper.
What the hell? Stop talking like a weird Rat Pack adult.
Oh, relax. Folks just want to hear what they want to hear.
Oh, jeez. My heart is racing. Sorry, pardon us. Just, trying to get to our seat. Singular. With my baby.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Excuse me, sir, your child.
What's wrong? He's fine. He's normal. He's a fine, normal baby. That's not stubble.
He dropped his propeller hat.
Oh, right. His propeller hat that babies wear to signify their youth. A very cute accessory. Thank you.
Hello, this is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard. We are preparing to take off on our flight from Atlanta to Cleveland and are expecting a smooth flight and anticipate an on-time arrival. We hope you enjoy your flight.
Ah, great. Let's get this bird in the air.
Yep, Lyle, play and fly like Birdie in air. Good baby.
We usually don't do this, but I'd like to extend an extra special welcome to our low-list flyer, Lyle Abernathy Henderson. His father, Andy, is recently divorced, and once they land in Cleveland, they will be renting a car, a Chrysler Sebring or something similar, they're not picky, and driving to Cedar Point, the roller coaster capital of the world. Andy is sitting in row 12, seat C, and Lyle is seated very comfortably on his father's lap. Make sure to give them a wave.
Nice touch, right?
That was a lot. No more bullshit out of you, okay? Hello. Oh, get your knees out of my stomach.
Oh, God.
Can you just move up a little bit? Nope, down. Over. Left. Jeez, dude, come on. I really need you to listen to me.
Go.
No mind left, you idiot.
Hey, don't call your baby an idiot. That is messed up.
Sorry. Aren't you gonna help me out?
I can't. I'm a baby, remember? Let's just sit down and get us some drinks.
Yeah, that should definitely help.
Oh, they got the new John Wick. They got the new Paw Patrol.
Can I get you anything to drink?
7 and 7. 2 7 and 7s.
Sorry, we only do one alcoholic drink at a time for passenger.
Oh, no, once for the baby.
Oh, haha, very funny. Like that's the first time I've heard that. Not until you're 16, kiddo.
I understand. 16.
Oh, come on, doll. Don't Google my gaga.
How about an orange juice?
How about you either add some vodka and Galliano and give me a Harvey Wallbanger or shove that bottle of Tropicana where the sun don't shine? Goo goo, gaga.
What a jerk!
I know. Knock it off, dude.
What kind of father would let his child act like that?
Ow! Hey, hit him, not me.
Ah, wow!
What did he say?
He told me to hit his son!
Ooh, what a bastard.
He's not my child.
Help! Help! This man kidnapped a child!
I am an air marshal. Release the child now.
No, that's not it.
Release the child now.
Joe, Lyle, come on, help me out.
Hey, man, goo goo goo. Wow.
You're under arrest for kidnapping and attempting to transport a child across state lines. Come with me.
It's okay, Lyle. Everything is going to be fine. I'll take care of you. Everything will be okay. I'll take you to Cedar Point.
See? I told you, Andy. Everything will work out. Goo goo gaga. Come fly with me, I'm a baby, right on a plane. And I pooped my diaper. A-cha-da-cha-da-da-cha-cha, yeah. We're flying, baby, we're flying.
Off the plane.
Tell the media what's happening here. Hey, we hope you're having a great time. Next up is our musical guest in an interview, followed by a couple more sketches, so stick around, you're not going to want to miss it. And now, introducing. Suck his.
We're just like the season of autumn before it rains. See the forest for the trees and we'll blossom my love by spring. Afternoon daylight, cherish every minute of it. Am I right or wrong? Plans for tonight. Sit down in the shower and talk about life. We just might work up an appetite. Let the playlist play till the song you like comes on. Sing along. Just close your eyes and dance with me. Move until you know. Close your eyes. Do what comes naturally. Move until you numb. Give me one good reason to not give you everything. Everything you want and more. Afternoon daylight. Let the playlist play till the song you like comes on. Sing along. Just close your eyes and dance with me. Move until you know. Close your eyes. Do what comes naturally. Move until you numb.
to Artists Underground. You just heard Move Until You're Numb by SAAKB. SAAKB, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're very excited. You know, I'm sure you've heard that we like to bring on unsigned talented artists to kind of talk to them and hear about their process and their music and how they got to where they got to and just share a little bit about themselves. So we're excited to have you and appreciate your time. This is one of my favorite songs by you, so I'd love to just hear a little bit about like how it came about and how you stumbled upon the beat and inspiration for the song.
Yeah, man. Thank you, by the way. I love the song too. When I first heard the beat at my sister's house, and you know, at the time I was constantly on this website called BeatStars. BeatStars is a platform for producers, songwriters to post their music and allow other users to listen and license those productions and to write music and release music. There's one particular group of producers that I like to listen to quite a bit. They're called Mixtape Soul. They're based in both Vancouver and Seoul, Korea. They posted that track, and you know, I heard it within the hour of them posting it, and immediately a melody came to my mind, and I just started writing.
That's so cool, because my next question was going to be, you know, people are trolling for music to perform to because, you know, many performers can't write their own music or don't write their own music, and they need that collaboration. So I think that's really interesting that you found this production and you were able to contact the producer and ask them to expand upon it and cater to what you were looking to do. So that's pretty cool. What was that experience like?
You know, it's I've done that in the past, and sometimes you're met with a cold shoulder, you know, and that can be a bit discouraging, but I trust in my talent. I trust in my music enough that here's the thing, right? I think if you reach out to a producer or reach out to a songwriter or reach out to somebody and you share your art with them, they're going to consume that somehow. And if they like it, they'll reach out. They'll let you know whether or not they like it.
That's really cool. And something that you said resonated with me that I want to hear a little bit more about is trusting in your work, because I know that art is a very vulnerable space, and I know that a lot of artists have trouble sharing their work and trusting in it. So what do you think in your experience has built that trust in yourself to be able to be vulnerable in that space, to share that with other people, especially people you don't know?
It's a great question. I've written probably 1,000 songs, maybe more than 1,000 songs in my life. So I know what my worst sounds like, and I can see, I've internally can see the improvement that I've made in my songwriting ability and the output of the songs that I've created. There's that piece, right? Just knowing that I've put in the effort, I've put in the work. I know it's good because I like it, you know, and then being vulnerable is a different story, right? To be able to be vulnerable enough to even write music is a big step. People just can't seem to put themselves in that space.
Yeah, and what I heard is probably the key component of that is putting in the work. You said you've written over 1,000 songs, and I'm sure, like most artists, none of them will see the light of day. It's, you know, you got to get the bad shit out to get to the good shit, and that kind of, I think that's going to resonate with a lot of people. You and I have discussed in the past that you get compared to other artists, you know, like The Weeknd, you know, because of how your voice sounds, and you know, so how do you get out of that headspace where people make those comparisons and just kind of be your own person and create your own thing where you're separate from that and you trust in what you are and not what people compare you to?
Well, sometimes you don't get out of the headspace.
Yeah.
Sometimes you lean into it.
Okay.
There are some songs that I've done where I've completely leaned into the whole Weeknd sound. Mm-hmm. I've written songs that could sound like it's been written and recorded by The Weeknd himself.
Yeah.
And then there are other times where it's like, you know, yeah, that comparison's out there. I've heard other comparisons as well, and they're all very flattering, but I try just, those don't come to mind when I'm writing sometimes, right? I just, sometimes when I'm writing, I just, whatever I'm feeling at the time is what comes out, melodically and musically.
Yeah, and something that a mutual friend of ours, Jay Aaron, he was on the podcast last time, he shared with me, you know, in a time when I was second-guessing trying to make art, he said that your voice is unique to you, and you are the only one with that voice. And it's your job to share your voice. It's not up to you to determine whether or not it's good or whether or not you like it, but it's up for other people to make that decision. And I think that if you were to try to alter how you sound, then that's doing a disservice to you in your own art. So I think that's pretty cool that you recognize those acknowledgments and also lean into it at times, because
what other artist hasn't done that? And, how else are you going to define yourself if you don't take those leaps and take those risks and experiment with that?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And what a gem by Jay Aaron. That guy is just full of gems, man. This one thing that he told me sort of just opened my eyes so much to songwriting. He told me to use more imagery in my songwriting. Mm-hmm. Rather than trying to explain what's happening, show it. Be imaginative. Yeah. And that just like blew my mind a little bit. And I was like, oh, yeah. And then like the next song I wrote was, every line was very like, imaginative. So I went a little bit too far, but, and you have to sort of strike that balance. But yeah, that guy's full of gems. Yeah,
it's kind of disgusting how talented he is, isn't it?
Yeah. Not disgusting at all. The world needs it.
No, he's a good dude, and he's a master of his craft for sure. So it's definitely a pleasure to watch him work. So something, I don't want to spend too much time on him because we're here for you, but it kind of brings up a good point about it's hard not to talk about Jay Aaron, but it brings an interesting point up because, we're talking about, artists that are unsigned that are trying to make a name for themselves and get their art out there. And, I think a big part of that conversation is the barrier to entry, which is why I thought it was interesting how you found your music and things like that. And I think that's where the value of these conversations come from, is talking to folks like you to understand what work you put in to inspire other people to recognize that they can do it too, and that there are other avenues other than how they see other people doing it.
I think it's important to note that you should know your strengths, right? And then try to master those. With me, my strength was songwriting, was vocal engineering, and that piece of it. Outside of that, production is not necessarily my strength. I mean, it could be. It's not something I desire to do, right? So because I don't really desire to be a great composer and producer, productions will always suffer because of it. It won't be the best possible piece of music.
100%. And I think something that is lost upon folks that will see somebody like you on Instagram doing a cover of The Weeknd and fucking crushing it, they think that you rolled out of bed this morning and sounded like that. And maybe you can speak to your journey a little bit more about how you got started singing and, some of that journey and how you got started and some of your stumbling blocks and, the work you had to put into to get to be SAAKB today.
Sure. Yeah. So it's funny, rolling out of bed sounding like The Weeknd. I do. I've rolled out of bed and I do sound very similar to him. And that's, not...
You smug son of a bitch.
But that's not my intention, is what I was going to say. I
know, I'm just messing with you.
One of the similarities between he and The Weeknd and myself is we grew up studying Michael Jackson. Right? Michael Jackson was a huge influence on my musical journey and my musical career.
You had mentioned too, and forgive me, is it Pakistani or Pakistani?
Pakistani.
Pakistani. Okay. I've heard it both ways. I worked with a guy that said it was Pakistani. He was kind of an idiot. So what are you going to do? So Pakistani. So that's your background. And you said you're from, you were born in America, but what's your kind of connection culturally to music in that regard? I know you mentioned you listen to a lot of music with your older sister. Did you have a lot of other like culturally relevant musical interests or influences in that space? Or was it mostly, self-discovery?
Yeah, no, definitely not a lot of self-discovery when I was younger. I grew up listening to a lot of Bollywood music.
Cool.
It was something that was very common in our long drives. We would be in the car every weekend going somewhere, and in my parents' car, they would listen to South Asian music. There's a genre of music called Qawwali. Qawwali is like it's semi-religious. It leans more towards spirituality and Sufism. Sufism, Islam, and there's one artist in particular who's he's passed away maybe 20-30 years ago, but very famous Qawwali artist named Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan. That's someone who my dad used to listen to a lot. I would listen to him and try to mimic him. He had a very high voice also, and really powerful voice. It's quite amazing.
So with that, how do you think, and tell me if you don't want to get into this, but how do you feel that being Pakistani and doing the music that you do sort of affects your reach or your ability to sort of break into this particular genre and the music that you want to create?
I used to think that I was having trouble breaking into commercial R&B, pop R&B scene because I was not rather I was Pakistani, and you don't typically see South Asian males performing and singing R&B, pop R&B music. And again, I used to think that. I don't really think that anymore. I think there's a great deal of luck and who you know that's involved in any sort of commercial success in the music industry. I know that now through experience, but when I was first trying to do it and making music and putting it out, seeing the reception that it was getting from fans, I used to think, why am I not getting hit up by record labels right now? There were people at labels who I knew heard my music. Why aren't they contacting me right now? Is it because I don't fit a certain box or a certain image? And I carried that for a while, and it led to a little bit of resentment and bitterness. But ultimately, I moved on from that.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the music industry comes with its own baggage, and I think you had mentioned to me at one point that you had some connections there, or you had some things in the work, and it just didn't quite pan out for you. Do you want to share about that experience a little bit, about some of those experiences, and kind of how you made your choices there?
If I was 10 years younger, if I was 18 to 24, right, and I had no other opportunities, no other prospects, and I had nothing to lose, then I may have said yes to that. And there are artists out there who do say yes to that sort of offer and deal. But I was not. I was in my 30s, and I was at the fork in the road of life. You know what I mean? Like, I could have gone down that path and really just given up on everything else and chased that. And I decided to do what I'm doing now, which I have zero regrets about the choice that I made. Going back to if I was 10 years younger, the music industry is very predatory. It relies on signing talented artists who don't know any better. I was just one of those artists who did know better.
So, you mentioned that when you were offered a particular deal or some sort of, licensing agreement for your music, and you decided not to do it, you were in your 30s. And do you think that age is a factor in this process? Because, someone that interests me in their story is the artist Jelly Roll. I think he's in his early 40s, and he just, won a Grammy or two, and is sort of like a breakout artist. And I'm just curious to hear your thoughts about, people that think they're too old, or they, are too deep in their lives to start this sort of journey. Like, how do you feel about that?
I don't think it's age that's a factor. I think it's appetite. What are you willing to sacrifice? Because ultimately you're going to be working very hard, and it could be very lonely. This industry in general, whether it's the music industry or Hollywood, just entertainment in general, you face a lot of rejection, and it's a very difficult path. And there are very high highs and very low lows. We all hear stories of people who have their troubles with addiction and susceptible to those sort of dark vices. You know what I mean? So if you're willing to fight that battle, then I think it doesn't matter if you're 18 or 88. You know what I mean? Go for it.
So you talk about the dedication and the path that you had to go, and I'm not a big social media person, but just looking at your Instagram, you're doing okay numbers-wise, in my opinion. So what is some of the work you had to put in to get to that point, to get that audience and build up those numbers and those views and those likes that everything is sort of monetized by in this day and age? What are some things you did that other people may be able to, learn from you that you did?
At the time when I was building my following, I was investing pretty heavily into Facebook and Instagram ads. And I don't know if that is still a path that would lead to that success, but 4 or 5 years ago, it was pretty successful, and it did help me build an audience. Ultimately, I think it's important to recognize what other people are doing and then go to where that is, whether it's a physical location or a digital location. If you know that people are buying art in Columbus Circle, go to Columbus Circle and sell your art. Set up a stand. You know what I mean? Yeah. At the end of the day, I could have 1 million followers, but it's really just about the number of people who you're really reaching. If you're making a small difference in the content that you create emotionally, and connecting with people, I think that's what matters. Something else that
we had kind of had a previous conversation, and you had talked about trends, and I think you kind of brought that theme into, if people are selling art in Columbus Circle, go to Columbus Circle, set up a stand. One of the trends that you had put out a song called Try, and I absolutely love that song. And I remember when I heard it, I texted you, I was like, hey man, I love this song, but I would love it if it just had a killer bridge. Just I hear it and I would just love it. And you're like, nah, man, that's not what people are doing right now. People want short songs. And, you know, that's what's happening. I was like, nah, I don't know. I don't think so, man. I think you're wrong about this. And then lo and behold, you know, Justin Bieber blows up the charts with the song Lonely, which is verse, chorus, which is exactly what Try is. I'm like, damn, this dude was right. He knew what the trends were. And I think that's really interesting. I think it really just speaks to your awareness of what's going on in the community. And I'm curious to know, how did that influence your writing style? Because, you know, for me, I'm old school. I'm like, you know, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, done. And, you know, so that would break the mold a little bit for me. So for you, what was that like? Was that an adjustment for you, or was that exciting to you? You know, what was that? What was that experience like for you to do that?
Yeah, I'm very much the same way. I love a good bridge in a song. You know, ultimately at the time I was seeking commercial success, and that is something that I noticed. Old Town Road came out around that time, and that song like is famously very short. It's like less than 2 minutes, and it had this like incredible rate of repeat listenability, and I was sort of chasing that, right? Consciously and subconsciously. You know, with Try, I wrote the verse, I wrote the chorus, and I recorded a clip of me singing that, and I put it on Instagram. The song wasn't even finished yet. Like, I wrote it that day, and I put it on Instagram, and it blew up. Like, I got a ton of views, and Instagram was telling me that I needed to promote it. That was the first time that ever happened. Like, Instagram's like, hey, this thing is getting a lot of engagement. You should put some money behind it and see where it takes you. It's like, all right, yeah, I'll listen to you. I'll do that. And I did that, and it really took my musical journey to the next level. And then I finished the song, right? Like a week later, I added another verse, I added another chorus, and people were hungry for it. So I didn't really have time to put a bridge together and have a nice little key change and modulation in there, like the things that I love. So it wasn't intentional. To go back to what you were saying about the trends, it wasn't intentional. It just happened that way because I needed to get the song out. But it was also, it just happened to fit in the trend at the time.
Yeah, and to that point, I mean, more and more I'm seeing albums are getting shorter and shorter. You know, a 10-track album is considered full length, and it could be 43 minutes, and that's acceptable, and it's $10. And, you know, and I'm sure that the demographic of people purchasing those albums is getting smaller and smaller because of streaming. This is just, we're in the age of content is just inundating everybody. So inundate them with what you have, and then, you know, figure the rest out later.
I know where you're going with this. I just want to ask you and interrupt you. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but hold on.
I'm the host, so I asked the questions. But go ahead. I'll allow this. I'll allow this one. Go ahead. What do you got?
What is the last album that you purchased?
Oh,
whether it's
goodness.
physical or digital.
Physical? God, is that even a thing? Like
physical or digital? Yeah, I don't know.
I couldn't tell you the last physical album I bought. Probably. So my sister's last name is McConaughey, and she had a daughter. And when she was born, I started this joke of calling her Madonna. So she would be Madonna McConaughey. So every year on her birthday, I'd buy her a Madonna album. And so I would send them a physical copy of Madonna's discography and just go in the order of release. So technically, that's probably the last album that I bought is one of Madonna's albums and send them to her until I got to a point where like, all right, I can't find this physical copy of this CD to keep this joke going any longer. So
joke's on you. Those are going to be worth a lot of money someday.
She better have saved him because, you know, that kid's getting older and college is getting pretty damn close. So
Right.
She's welcome.
The last physical copy that I bought of an album that I consumed, it wasn't that long ago. It was probably Thanksgiving of 2022. I bought The Weeknd's latest album.
Physical.
Yeah, it was a physical version of his latest album, and that was because I was driving a car at the time that only had a CD player. It had no aux. It had no connection to digital. And all of the CDs that I had burnt had finally stopped working. And I was driving...
Because they peeled, right? They peeled off the top.
Yeah, they were peeling or something. Something was happening where my CD player was like, no, we need something that's higher quality. I'm like, all right. So I went to Target. I was about to embark on an hour-and-a-half journey, and I needed something to listen to. So I went and I bought the CD. But again, it was only because of those specific circumstances.
Yeah, and I think that you said a couple interesting things there, and I think that everything is sort of cyclical, so trends come and go, and I think that CDs are sort of at the tail end of their life, and once they're kind of almost gone for good, they will make a comeback the same way records made a comeback. There's modern day artists that are coming out with LPs and things like that, and at some point people will be seeking out CDs. And then too, to the folks that are really diehards, if you think about it, when you purchase a piece of digital media, you don't necessarily own it.
I've heard this theory that we're in this bit of we're like in a digital dark age right now. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that everything's stored on hard drives, and they're all stored in the cloud, meaning like they're all stored in millions of servers, with content like music and movies and TV. Can't really buy that stuff anymore. If God forbid something happens and, the world goes dark, there's going to be a lot of content that just gets lost. That could be a good reason for people to start buying vinyl records, because vinyl records is a piece of technology that I feel like could be replicated if we went through a digital dark age. CDs, maybe not, because there's a digital piece to CDs, but with vinyl records, the waveforms are built into the grooves of the record. So if you have a needle and you have a way to capture the vibrations of that needle, you'll be able to play the record.
Well, here's a pro tip for you. I'm pretty sure if you go to Six Flags Great Adventure, you could record a song and get your CD right then and there. So don't forget that that's an option.
They still do it on a cassette.
Do they really?
They still do it on cassette. I think so. It's so funny. It's funny you mentioned that. I found a cassette of my sister singing like a Mariah Carey song at Six Flags in like 1997.
Yes.
And it was great. It was great to listen to. Great memory.
That's great. You should play that like for her birthday every year. I think that's just a great homage to family, I think that would be swell. She'd enjoy it.
I don't have a cassette player anymore. My last cassette player was in my 2005 Honda CR-V that I sold. So it's I'm SOL.
Look, man, treat yourself. Get yourself a cassette player and just enjoy.
Nice little boombox.
Hell yeah. 6D batteries, you'll be good. I know you said you're in a different phase of life, and your Instagram history will always be something that people can look back on and enjoy, and you're around, and so do you have any sense of when you might sort of get back into it, or are you sort of just dabbling now? Like, kind of where are you at in that space?
When I was writing the songs that are out there right now, and the songs that I've recorded and are sitting on my hard drives, like the things that I call my best work, when I was writing those songs, I was in a really bad place. Yeah. Emotionally, in a very bad place. And my relationship was on the rocks, right? And I felt like I was going through this self-destructive cycle, almost as if I was putting myself in that place in order to write this music. I feel like I can only write that music if I'm in that place, and I never want to be in that place again. So I have this bit of this block up, whether you want to call it writer's block or something else, growth, maturity. I don't want to be in that place again where I'm writing really good love songs or really good breakup songs, because they were authentic. These were real, my deepest, darkest feelings. I was putting it out there, and I think that's part of the reason why my music connected with the people that it connected with, and why I liked them so much, because it was authentic, it was real. Pulling from real experience takes its toll on you, and again, I don't want to be in that place ever again, and I hope I never am.
Yeah, and I find that so interesting, because I actually align with that, because I don't know, it's I don't want to write about being happy. There's something
ain't that some shit?
Yeah, it's kind of, it's weird. Shit? It's so weird because, I think maybe our writing styles are similar in that that's not what we draw from. We don't draw from the neutral zone. We draw from the we draw from the extremes, and it's just it's kind of a weird phenomenon. Well, this has been wonderful. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. This has just been a treat. If you're so inclined, feel free to tell people who you are, where they can find you, and anything else you want them to know.
Before I do that, I want to thank you too, because this has been a pleasure. It's always a pleasure talking about art and talking about our growth in life, and I hope that we continue having conversations like this, not just recorded conversations, but I'm very excited to see where your life takes you and where my life takes me. If you'd like to listen to my music, it's on all of the places where you find music online, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. Just search SAAKB, SAAKB. I'm on social media. I've gone private, so you can try to follow me, but I might reject your following request. So thanks for having me, man.
Hey, thank you so much again. This was fantastic. So great to hear from you. And again, thank you for your time. Folks, we just had a great conversation with SAAKB. You just heard his song Move Into Your Numb, which is available on all the streaming platforms. Thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to hearing from you next time. Until then, we'll see you later.
Sing along, just close your eyes and dance with me. Move until you know. Close your
Hey guys, it's me! You know, me! I know you can tell it's me by my voice because it's so recognizable, but for all you idiot assholes out there, I'll tell you, it's me, Jason Momoa. You know, friggin' Aquaman, the dude from Fast 10. Oh, and that show C that everyone said they watched but didn't. Well, I'm here because I'm not full of myself, but I want to be. So I'm going the rock route because, for starters, I could totally take that guy. I was in the entire movie of Fast 10 painting dead dude's fingernails, and he comes in at the end wearing a mask. Forget Terramana. That shit tastes like rocks. See, I'm funny, and you're not in college anymore, so stop pretending you like tequila. You're all about sleeping in and going out with the brunch bunch to make getting hammered in the morning look classy. Look no further, because if there's a newly acclaimed celebrity that you associate with class, it's me, Big Body J. That's why today I'm introducing Jason Mimosas. It comes pre-packaged in a package that looks like my package. And just like my junk, it contains fresh squeezed oranges straight out of California. Just like you all like, I partner with the cheapest shit champagne company I can find to put in these bad boys. So what makes it a Jason Mimosa? I'm so glad you asked, because you're not gonna be able to get enough. I spit in it. Just choose from a wide variety of flavors, including classic spit take, where I straight up spit in that shit. Backwash, where I take a swig of every bottle, don't swallow, and let it dribble back into the bottle before it's sealed up and shipped out. And for a limited time, pick up a case of Crazy J, where I eat an entire meal, brush my teeth, and swish with this delicious mimosa and let all the mouth molecules marinate for your enjoyment. Choose from 3 crazy varieties, including Italian, Chinese buffet, and seafood madness, like Aquaman! So what the hell are you still sitting down for? Run to the one place that'll sell my merch, the pop-up liquor store on the corner of Sunset Boulevard and the road that cuts across Sunset Boulevard, and my driver won't tell me the name of, and pick up a bunch of this stuff. You'll love it. Yummy. If you've ever wanted me inside you, now's your chance. Jason Mimosa. Delish.
Yeah, I always fall in wells.
Hang on, I'll call for Roscoe to get help.
Your grandpa's dog? Seriously? I've seen him take a shit and eat it before.
He's smarter than my demented grandpa. I never have to help wake him. Roscoe, here, boy. Good boy. Okay, Austin fell down the well, so go get help, boy. Good boy. Austin, he's going. He should be back soon.
How soon? It's freezing down here.
I don't know. Could be minutes. Could be. Oh, he's back. Now wait. Now he just found a dead squirrel. Oh, and he's giving it to me as a present. Thank you, buddy. Okay, now go get help. Go. Okay, I think he's really doing it this time. Austin.
Yeah.
Is there any money down there?
Hang on. Oh, nothing yet. It's pretty deep.
Rats. Hey, why do we fall, Bruce?
What?
So we can learn to pick ourselves back up.
Are you doing Batman right now?
That's a pretty good Michael Caine impression, right?
Not really.
Oh, we should go to the Batman skit.
Maybe.
Oh, and by the way, I found another rope, so do you want me to come down there and get you like in the movie?
That sounds like a terrible idea.
I'm gonna do it.
Matt, no, if you do it and we both get stuck down here, we're gambling our lives to that stupid dog, and you're already coming down.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Dude, go back up before it's too late.
No, this is awesome. I can't believe I'm for it.
Matt, just concentrate on what you're doing.
Jessie, Bachelor, Jessie, Bachelor, Jessie,
Dude, you're
Bachelor.
mixing up your Nolan trilogy, and you're doing it too early.
What?
That's Rise Up. You should be doing it when we're... Holy crap crackers, are you all right?
Oh, it's cold, it's cold, it's cold.
Oh, you'll get used to it. We'll be fine for a couple of
No,
hours.
wait, dude, I'm gonna die in a second. Now come cuddle me. I need your body.
No, you'll be fine.
Come on, dude, I need you. Pants off or shirt off, your call.
No, you dingbat.
Oh, there's dingbats down there?
Yeah, and they can fly into your stupid face and you can be dingbat, man.
Alright, that'd be pretty sweet.
How are we supposed to get out of here now?
As the boy did, without the rope.
Dude, just Hey, look, down there. Check it out, we're rich.
Oh, yeah! Look at all that coins.
Yeah. Hello? Is somebody down there? Yes, there are two someones down here. Y'all all right? Kinda. Can you help us out? Yeah, the dog told me there were angels in this here outfield.
Angels? Grandpa. Go home, old man!
I think my grandson should be a little nicer to me if he wants to be saved from my wishing well.
I'm wishing you weren't well.
What's that? Nothing. Thank you, Matt's grandpa. Please, can you help us? Yeah, I'll help you. I heard you yelling all the way from the house.
You can't hear for shit, Grandpa. Roscoe saved us, not you. It took you forever to get here.
Well, I suppose it would have been faster if I'd taken a taxi.
I hate you so much.
I'm lost. Is that another Tony Danza reference? I really don't know his work.
Yes.
I've got another rope. You want me to throw it down?
The only throwing down that's happening is going to be me and you when I get out of this well so I can pulverize your ass to dust and feed it to Roscoe.
Shit, dude. Yeah, that's funny. You really think you can go toe-to-toe with a Vietnam vet? Here's the rope, Tiny D.
You were working as a veterinarian during the Vietnam War.
Come on, Matt. Just swallow your pride. Let's get the hell out of here.
Only clever has a chance to sucker punch him in the coin purse him up there.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, don't thank him for dick. I told you he's a veterinarian.
Manny, my boy, grab my hand. And before I let you out, I got one question for you.
What?
Who's the boss?
Grandpa, you are scum.
Big mistake. I could have gotten you out of my well if only you had held me closer. Matt, are you okay? Why did you do that?
Some men
just want to watch the world burn. Pretty good Michael Caine, right? Yeah, not bad.
Grandpa, you stole my thunder again!
Hold me closer, hold it dancer. Hey there, listener, we did it! That's the end of our episode. Thank you so much for joining us. Special shout out to our musical guest, SAAKB, and thank you so much to J.R. and Boykin, Rachel Kerstetter, and Annie Rutherford Lutz for lending their voices to the podcast. If you like what you heard, please like, subscribe, share, do all the things, because we'd love to do it for you again. Until next time, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you later!
That's Lyle Abernathy Henderson to you, doll. Goo goo.